Hello everyone, Eileen back again. Oh, I've had a fun morning this morning making this card. I really enjoyed it. So I want to share it with you now. And I hope that you'll enjoy making it. Let's get cracking then. It's a 1-layer card, which means that I've taken an A4 sheet of Paper Mill Direct Super Smooth card, which is 300 GSM, folded it in half and then cut it into a 13 by 13 centimetre square, and then I've just used a corner punch as normal to round the corners off, and then that gives me my 1-layer card. It's a really strong image that I've used this morning, and I was really pleased with how it came out. The butterfly is from Visible Image, and it's called the Butterfly Ink, and the eye is also from Visible Image, and that is called Where Dreams Take You. The words are from another set from Visible Image, and that set is called Don't Judge. Okay, let's go. There's my cardstock. I haven't rounded the corners off yet, but I will do. But let's just show you how I made the main feature of the card first. So taking my stencil, homemade stencil station, which is a magnetic sheet, and my magnets. I'm going to pop this copy paper into the card to protect the inside. Layer on the stencil, and I want all these dribbles and drips and this part of the pattern of the butterfly to be on the cardstock. So I've put it this way up, and I'm just going to line it up so that I get all the drips on the card, and obviously the wings as well. I want as much of the image as I can. I'm just moving it over a little though, because I don't want the whole of the butterfly on the card. I want room for the eye, so that will do. And then just make sure it's straight down a bit. That looks about right to me. Pop the magnets on, so they'll hold that in place. Let me just check that I've got enough of it on for you to see. Pushing my luck a little bit there, so I'm going to move over and move it over. Let's move this whole thing over, and then that would be better, although that isn't very level. Well, I think I might get away with that. Yes, you can see that okay, can't you? Right, now I'm also using some Sweet Poppy stencil tape, which won't rip my card when I take it off, just to protect this side, because there's a piece of cardstock there that I don't want the ink to get on. And using Distress Ink, Peacock Feathers, Picked Raspberry, Squeezed Lemonade. It's a palette that I often go to, as you know by now, because it gives me so many variations when they blend together. So I'm starting off with Picked Raspberry and a makeup brush, and this one is sort of a medium size. Got it from Amazon, got a few sets of these in fact, and they are my preferred choice at the moment. So taking some of the ink, I'm just coming down from the top, not too heavy-handed. If you want more depth of colour, then put it on in layers rather than use a lot of ink at the first time, and because you can saturate your cardstock with ink, and if you make a mistake, any splodges are hard to get rid of. So this is just a light layer of pink, not all over though, but I do want it on the antenna here of my butterfly. Maybe a little bit more depth of colour on this wing. That should do. Changing over to squeeze lemonade and a different brush. It's a blue one. It's my brush that's the yellow family. I don't wash my brushes. I would just take a piece of kitchen towel and take off any surplus colour until it sort of runs clear, so to speak, you know, when you pop it onto some paper. But I don't wash them. I have quite a few though, I have to say. But these three seem to be the ones that I go to all the time. I like the shape of them, the feel of them. They're not too large, not too small. So I want to leave some of the pink and its own integrity, but also I'm blending with the lemon to give me orange, different shades of. And now onto the blue, different brush again, and peacock feathers. Now this is quite a wet ink pad, so I'm taking some of that off because I know it's wet, and I'm just coming down from the top, and then we'll have a bit coming up from the bottom and the side. Take some more off, I think it's far wetter, and then I'm going to give it a quick swirl around here and there. I want it to look quite colourful, so I don't want to overdo it. In fact, I'm going to put on a bit more pink back now, because it's I've lost it there, and that will give me some purple tones, which is always nice. Oh, dabbed it into the blue, but you didn't see that, did you? No. It's going to be a good week this week. Got lots and lots of crafty projects. It's always a good week when you can craft, isn't it? Don't know about you, but it keeps my head in a good place. Okay, that should do. Let's have a look. Take that off. Oh yes, that's not bad. Pop those down. I'll have the copy paper back though, and get rid of this, and just check that you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, now you should be quite comfortable with that. And back inside there again. And now it's on to the stamping. VersaFine Clear Nocturne I'm using, and the eye stamp from Visible Image, which I've already told you the name of it, but just in case, it is called Where Dreams Take You. I'm going to ink up with Nocturne, but before I do, I need my stamp mat. Pop that under there. That's the other thing I need to warn you about. I mean, my fingers are really inky, but this one layer card being a lot of white space, mind your inky fingers. So easy, isn't it, to get stray bits of ink here, there and everywhere. And especially if you get towards the end of your project and you then get stray ink on it and you can't get rid of it, then it's sort of, here comes the bin, isn't it? Horrible. So gentle tapping, all inked up really nicely. And I'm going to pop, make sure I've got the right way round. Yes. I'm going to pop that down a bit, I think, there, holding it down, let the ink soak in. I'm going to stand up now. Gentle pressure, Not too heavy-handed, just gentle pressure. Good quality stamp though, this. And then final down and up. Look at that, that's lovely, that is. Ooh, yeah. And away we go. Right, so that's the eye. Shall I finish the stamping or go on to the colouring? No, let's finish the eye first. So I've got a few of my markers. Any watercolour markers will do. Any colouring pencils will do. Anything you like that your preferred choice to colour in. And it's no bother. And I'm using Karine. I think that's how they pronounce it. Apologies if it isn't. And starting off with, let's have a bit of purple. And I'm just doing in here, is it the iris? I think it is. Anyway, it is now. Oh dear. And then some blue. Not being too careful, as you can see. But stay away from this sort of the white bit here. I don't know what that's called. But it's the reflection, you know, and gives you the glint in the eye. Oh, this is a neon one. Oh, that's nice and bright, isn't it? And this is one of my favourite colours. This is magenta. I love this. It's such a beautiful pink. So I've got that one there. And then we're going on round because this bit here is coloured, but it's coloured because it's on the butterfly. So you still need to go over the top and do that as well. So we're going to have some yellow there because obviously it won't show up if it's too dark. And let's have a bit of green in there. Okay, and then I think I'll have a bit more orange. There's a few gappies here. I don't know if they should be coloured, but they are now. And that's it. The eyes have it. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm using a pigment ink pen, my normal preferred choice, Uniball broad nib. Now, if you've got a Uniball thin nib, or fine nib rather, if you've got a fine nib, that probably will be better this time. But I haven't got the fine nib, I've only got the broad nib. So I'm going to use that, and it's UM153. So that's Uniform Mike 153 white, Signio Uniball. It's my preferred white pen of choice. And I just want to fill in these here. And you'll need the fine nib for some doodling that I'm going to do on the wings. And if you feel like putting a few more dots in, there's no space for them because this image has got a few patterns in there which are calling out for a dot of white. But if you haven't, then it's your image. Just bung a few in, you know, just put them in. Now with this pen as well, I'm just going to do some doodling on the, no, I'm going to put the words in first. Hold on, yeah, I'm going to put the words in first. And this is from another visible image stamp set. And this one is called Don't Judge. And it's a lot of different images, and then they've got loads of these little words. Lovely font, very tiny, gentle font. And this one says, the first one says, I am strong. I am strong. Well, I'm not really. I'm a delicate little flower. Oh, yeah. If you believe that, you believe anything. You ask my workshop ladies. Yeah, they do as they're told there, I tell you. They are such a lovely bunch, though. They really are. Now I'll do a quick card and then keep them busy and occupied and stop them falling asleep, and then I'm off into the kitchen eating all the cake and drinking all the coffee. I know how to have a good time. I miss them terribly. Yeah. Don't tell them that though, they'll be wanting a discount. Okay. Pop this in here. I am strong. Gentle tapping, very gentle tapping, because it's such a small image. I'm just going to pop this across here now. And I'm not pressing too heavily. You don't want to splay down or push down to splay the polymer. And just down and up. So that's I am strong. The next one is called Courage. And there's times at the moment when we can all do with a bucket full of that. And the Courage is going down. I'm going to pop that in there. Down and up. And then finally, and I'll show you this, this is sort of a squiggle in the pattern here. And I'm going to line up the last one with that. And I found that gives me good balance right the way through the card with these words then. And this is called Compassion. And we all need to show that. So very apt, these words, I think, for the time that we're going through. Okay. Right. So that's my words. Now I'm going to do a little bit of doodling, and I had fun doing this. I enjoyed it. So taking my pigment ink pen again, and again, as I've said, this is broad nib, and it'd be better if you've got a fine nib. And I might actually treat myself to one, because I'm going to do more of this doodling for a couple of reasons. One, it's very easy to do, and two, it's cheap. You don't have to buy any more stamps or stuff, you know, you're sort of just doodling away. So away we go. Now I'm starting off on this side, and I'm doing circles any way you like, in whatever form you like, but try and get a little bit of a pattern going. So I have a few there. And then when you've done the circles, and if some of them are solid, that doesn't matter if they're dots rather than circles, then I'm doing dots in between them. Look, it's a no-brainer this, isn't it? Yeah. I could eat chocolate while I'm doing this if I wanted. Good stuff. Look at that, easy, eh? Try and keep them to dots. So I'm sort of getting carried away, and some of them have gone into lines now, and I didn't really want that. Yes. Okay, that's good. Oh, bit more up here, maybe. I'm looking at the original card. I'll do dots for that. And then tiny little dots fill in. Yeah, that's not bad. Turn it round, and then I'm going to the other side. And again, round circles. I'm not going to do as many on here as I did on the other card because I'm running short of time. But be guided by the other card. I think that maybe would look better because I took more time doing that. This one I'm rushing a little bit because I'm nearly at the end. And I've got a shepherd's pie in the oven that I can smell is sort of getting a bit crispy. Okay. So let's have a look at that. Yes, that's not bad. I probably would add a lot more to that. So just pretend that I've done that, okay? Now when you finish with the white, you can then, if you have one, and I'm sure you have, use a bit of black. And again, and now this one is another Uniborth one, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure. But it's UB, so Uniform Bravo 157 black. Now this one is also a broad nib. And it really, I'm going to invest in a fine line one, because this, again, if I'm going to carry on doing this doodling, then you've got to get the right gear, haven't you? But anyway, this will do for today. So I'm just filling in some of them, some of the circles, just putting a few black dots in. Why, you ask? Well, it's because I can. Okay, and then this one around here, put a few in there. Like that. Yeah. Okay. So let's go on to the original one that I did. I also, on the original one, I did a line of white dots up on the wing. And I think that's nice. But you can leave that if you don't want to do it. And you can doodle whatever you like. So this is the original one. And as you can see, I've got a lot more. I added a lot more to my doodling than I have on this one. But I'm running short of time, so I know that you'll forgive me. Thank you so much for the lovely comments. I've had some wonderful comments on Facebook and on Instagram by message. I really appreciate them, and I'm so pleased that you're finding these videos helpful, and I'm loving looking at the work that you're producing. Thank you so much. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll be back on, what's today? Today is Tuesday. I'll be back on Thursday. I'll see you on Thursday, and on Thursday I'm doing bleeding art tissue. I'm not saying anymore. See you Thursday. Take care. Bye for now.